Hi, I'm Inder Singh. I'm one of the farmers at Riverland Family Farms.
Hi, I'm Tal and Inder Singh. I go by Tal because it's easier for people to pronounce. So I'm one of the farmers on the farm, Riverland Family Farms over in Corvallis, Oregon. As I think most of the people know, we are from India originally. I migrated to US when I was 20, and our families have been farming for many generations back in India. We are from a state called Punjab. My dad, my grandfather, my great grandfather, all of them were farmers. And while growing up, I was also fairly involved in farming while going to school.
We're from the same state. We didn't know each other back then. He's my brother-in-law. My sister and him met here in California. But I came to the U.S. when I was 12 or maybe 13. I don't have too much hands-on experience with farming from back home. I was pretty young. But I was always around, on the tractor with my dad, and in the fields he grew wheat, corn, sugar canes, rice, whatnot. And then came to the U.S. in 2001, so it's been about 20 years now. Before coming to Corvallis, I was in tech in Dallas, Texas, same company as Tal. So we did that for about 6 years, and sitting in the office wasn't my thing. Every time I drove by an open field, they were like, "Okay, that's where I want to be." It's just like your blood calling back. We're always looking for opportunity, and this farm initially was pretty intimidating. When I first saw it, I was like, "Yeah, it's nice, but it's not for us. It's too much."
Yes.
And we started talking to Tom, and he was pretty picky as well, who he wanted to hand off this farm to. We met him a few times, and one thing led to another, and here we are.
Originally, when we landed in US, we were in West Coast in California, San Francisco Bay Area. We had to move to Texas, and I lived on East Coast for 1 year for job. Always wanted to get back to West Coast, and then my sister-in-law and their sister have been visiting Oregon. They really narrowed down to Corvallis as where they want to live. We were planning to move here, maybe not right away, maybe in 3-4 years, but this opportunity came and things just worked out very quickly.
Corvallis seemed like a good option. Small town, not that small, but pretty good town, and lots of activities. Even though now we find out we don't have time for anything. I guess it's good for the kids now. So yeah. But the name has a significant meaning to us. Riverland, the state we're from, Punjab. Punjab means 5 rivers.
Okay.
So the land, they flow from foothills of Himalaya and they flow through Punjab. That's why it's called Punjab. So that's one reason, and the other is the Willamette River here.
Okay.
So that's why we combined the both, and we liked the way it sounded,
Yeah.
and that's why we chose the Riverland Family Farms.
Cool.
But just weathering the last year was in itself was an achievement for us, being a new farmer and trying to run this big of an operation.
One thing I can say, which will continue to challenge us or tap into our creativity, is managing the same volume of produce, being half of the farm now. So previously it used to be 40 acres. Now we only have 20 acres. So that we're being we're trying to be really creative with, to have the same variety and volume of produce from half of the farm. Yeah. Continue to provide high quality organic produce, but yeah, we definitely want to grow and get bigger, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully we can find some more land and continue to farm at the same capacity or even more.
add a little bit of more Indian flavor. I think we trialed with eggplants. We started growing some, and this year we are growing a little bit more. Similarly, bitter gourd is very popular in India. Probably we will give that a try. Okra, anything else?
Pretty much everything that can grow in this climate, everybody's growing, including us, and everything else will be pretty challenging, like guava. Again, that's way outside the box, but maybe sugar canes, that might, I don't know if anybody will buy those there.
We rely on our parents because they have farmed for 30, 40 years back home. And also, we were, you can say, lucky that Tom had who with years of experience, who is still with us at market and at our farm.
And Tom himself.
If we have any question, we can rely on his advice, which is very nice.
Yeah, I think it really depends on the individual, what their knowledge base is, what their capacity is, what their risk-taking ability is, where they stand. But definitely, you have to take risk in life to get anywhere. But I would just say, take a risk, be confident, and generally I like to think about the worst-case scenario before I jump into something. So that helps you analyze, okay, if this happens, what would I do, Yeah, and have patience. Crops are like babies, you have to baby them, and then you have a lot of problems that you have to stay on top of to mitigate, diseases and bugs. Analyze how much risk you can afford to take and just go with it. You're only going to learn by making mistakes and talking to somebody else who has done it before. Learning from others' experience is actually a very good way to get ahead of where you are in life. We were planning for this winter, entire next year, and a little bit of 2023 yesterday. Summer is pretty much done for us from a planning standpoint. Now we're getting into planting the squashes in a couple of weeks, broccolis, cabbages, and your cauliflowers, Brussels sprouts, all the winter stuff. We have to stay 6 months to a year ahead in planning, for us, since the rotation, and we're trying to be creative with the space, sometimes even 2 years ahead, so we can take out a crop early and plant something else so we can have plenty to offer.
Yes, definitely. We look forward to going to farmers market and interacting with the local community. Honestly, we were a little bit skeptical at the beginning, being outsider, and we are amazed at the response we have received from our community. People are so nice and so supportive. We really enjoy interacting with people and going to the farmers market and answering their questions. Some people haven't been to market, so they still look for Denison booth. so it's nice to you guys bought it. Nice. It's nice to interact with people. And yes, definitely in future we would like to get more involved into community.
Yeah, it's been great. As Tal said, it was definitely in the back of our head how we'll be received in the community, But it's been amazing. People are nice and accepting, supportive. Yeah, we don't get to go out much except farmers market, but plenty of interaction at the farmers market. It's been great. The co-op is a partner and also a priority for us. After markets and CSA, we think about co-op. It benefits us tremendously, and also the community. They can shop for local produce pretty much every day of the week, and from plenty of different farms, including ours. And it definitely provides another venue for sales. It's good to diversify. Another tip for the young farmers. So it's great to have a a local community-based store that helps all the farmers sell their produce.
Co-op has been a great partner. They like connecting local farmer to local community. People know exactly where their food is coming from. They probably see us at farmers market, and now they will see us through this interview. What we sell, we grow all here organically, following all the organic, sustainable practices. So yeah, it's been a great partnership.
Tomatoes, raspberries, blackberries, cucumbers, zucchini. Yeah, peppers should be coming along in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Plenty of salad greens and kales and whatnot. Yeah,
Cool.
you know, yeah. Walk around the farm, you know, pull out a carrot or pull out some broccoli or just eat it raw. Peas, you know, yeah, peas are pretty good. I think making a cherry tomato salad this time of the year, that's really satisfying. Chop up some cherry tomatoes, you know, olive oil and a little bit of seasoning if you like. That'll do the trick because our tomatoes have plenty of flavor in them. You know, you can maybe top it off with some feta cheese, if you like some balsamic vinegar. Crop rotation, that should be very important, especially in organic systems. Use quality compost, maybe soil test, that could be a big thing for you, you know, if you can interpret the results, and you know, it should be easy. OSU has plenty of resources. That should definitely help, yeah. But compost, you know, definitely keep the soil healthy and it'll pay dividends for years to come. Yeah. And check, you know, spot the diseases or pests early on, you know. If it's a small number of maybe aphids or spider mites, remove them early on. Or if it's infested your entire field, pray.